Good morning from CME Traveling Guys. How are y'all doing this Monday morning? Everybody bright-eyed and bushy-tailed, I'm sure. Everybody had a good morning and hopefully had a good weekend this weekend. It was fair weather here in this part of Virginia. We had some rain, but we had a beautiful day Saturday and another one yesterday. Very nice to be outside in this weather. It was real nice. What y'all do this weekend? Anything particular? Anything different? Everybody, I know some folks probably worked and things like that. What happened to my, let's see. This thing didn't, what is wrong with that? It comes in, okay. Let me fix that real quick. Let's see. Why would it do that though? Huh. There we go. No idea. That thing was spinning in upside down that said "See me traveling" on it. I hadn't seen that do that. Anyway, seen the question in here today. Let's see. We'll be talking about the mistakes you kind of do. What are some? Like just a second. I'll just answer it right here. I'll tell it just like shore excursion mistakes to not make. Basically, these are things that can help you out. Where's my question at? Jeez. There we go. There it is. What are some cruise shore excursion mistakes to avoid? These are things that that you can do ahead of time, most likely, or just to knowledge of something like this right here. Like number one is booking the most popular excursion. You can do that. Some people will all flock to this, and then all you're doing is just to hurry up and wait. Sometimes like that right there. Also, not bringing cash or a credit card, that's a major mistake. At least bring some small bills. And I would always tell somebody to bring a credit card. You don't know ever what kind of expense you could run into is a major thing. Not booking excursions to save money. And yeah, and that one right there, you book early, you will save money that way. Definitely that if you book early. Most folks in here with us, this right here, and those that are watching back, if you don't know, that is a great thing to. If you know you want to do something, book it early. Let's see, ignoring the negative reviews. We have done that. We've done not many, excursions where we ignored it and then went on and done something. It was a mixed thing. Really, it was one of the best excursions we ever had. But this was a 5-hour excursion, and so we were in St. Thomas, and part of that right there, they took us, and this is just a year or so after they had a hurricane, and right in St. Thomas when you get off the at the pier there at their terminal and you're walking around. Well, we took a bus. They dropped us off at this little area for shopping. Well, nothing was open. Nothing. The streets were all tore up. They said we'll be here for 2 hours. A lot of people just sitting around. We sat on a bench and was falling asleep. But that excursion still turned into being one of the best excursions ever. We went up to the daiquiri up on the top of the mountain where they have the banana daiquiri. And then we went down to Megan's Bay, and we were down there in one of the best areas there is, one of the most beautiful beaches that there is. And not just the beach, but the water itself is just like being in a pool. But that that 2 hours in that beginning, and there wasn't hardly any shops open, not hardly any at all on that one. But that's just an example that we have done. Anyway, those are just some things. There's a lot of other things to avoid. Not knowing the major thing here, and I really have never, I should read this more often. You really should know the excursion cancellation and the refund policies. You might want to find that out, especially if you whether you book, especially if you book through a third party. If you do that, you really should find that out, definitely. But yeah, bringing the cash, always bring you some tip money or something like that. The credit card, that's a good one. If you know some others in here, I'll give you a chance, and then I'll go over a few of them if you haven't named them that I have listed here this morning. Who's joining us this morning? I saw somebody in here that I can't wait to get to. Let's see. Good morning there. I ain't doing what I'm supposed to do there. Good morning there, Scott Smith. How are you doing? Hope you're doing good. Thanks for being with us this morning. Let's see. Let's get down here to John Gaylor. Thanks for being in here, bud. Appreciate you very much. And real quick, John said right here, he said, we booked the cheapest excursion in Costa Rica. He said it had some bad reviews. We loved it. Would do it again over and over. Bus, train, boat. That's, there are some, we've even had some taken there might have been something particular, well, just like what I just named off. There was something, it was the only one that was going to Megan's Bay that kind of fit us. And, we wasn't going to go shopping no matter what, but there wasn't an option in it. And it was one of those where they went shopping first. And it just wore us out, So, being at the beach at the end of it was very thankful at the end of that right there. Danny Dizzle, thanks for being in, Super Mod there. Thank you for being in here this morning. And Will, thank you, Will. I seen where Will, he put it in a message to me. Will be with us. We announced over the weekend that we will be on Carnival Festival. Is it? It's not just saying festival. I know that, and it's not just festival. It's festival or something like that. Tell me. I don't care if you tell me or not. I'll try to figure it out. Let's see. Cruising on Comps. Thanks for being in here. Good morning to you. Hey, sis. Love you. Thanks for being in here this morning. Also, DT Cruiser. Good morning to you. Bone Tired Travelers, good morning. And yes, you can catch Rise and Shine. Chet and Robin will be on right after this right here, 8:30. Just switch this. I think I have it to where it'll take you right over there. Just Ricky, good morning. And let me see if it's in here. There he is. The Naughty Cruiser. Thank you so much, Mike, for being with us this morning. Hope you, your family, everybody's doing very well. It says, oh no, where's the better looking half this morning? Wow. Well, Mike, she is driving in the process right now. She works in northern Greensboro, North Carolina. And so she's on her way down there. It takes about an hour, about almost an hour and a half. It's probably about an hour and 20. Knowing Marsha, she does it in about an hour and 15 minutes, but should take an hour and 20 minutes. So for her to drive that far. And she works down there now. Let's see, DT Cruiser, 9 cruises in, and I have never been on an excursion. Really? That's so neat. By the way, let me jump back in here, back up here to where he's at. Mike Gormley, the Naughty Cruiser. Tell us what's up, bud. Tell us what you got going on, please. and I hope you're doing well. I know, I know there's always a group cruise going on or something like that. Probably, your buddy there, Scott McNeil, keeps us keeps us informed there and everything. And thank you very much. Let's see. Marsha says where we found the painkiller drink. Yes, that was on Megan's Bay, is where that was found. You're right. You're right. You're right. Dave White. Dave Whiting, I should say. Thanks for being with Dave and Randy's excursion. Thank you so much for being with us this morning there. And CNS Travel is here with us. Chris from Cruising on Comp says, if you are in the Caribbean going on an excursion, take a poncho. Wow, that is so true. Or a little rain jacket, little 50-cent rain, 50 or $1, whatever they are. I usually buy them by bulk and keep them. Learn that the hard way, huh? Well, I usually, I have them, but can I tell you? I bet you we haven't been packing them. I know where they're at, and I don't think Marsha has been putting them in the bag, or at least, sorry, the mic keeps falling, backpack or something, because we've been trying to, make things light, on us and stuff like that. The Naughty Cruiser says that one of the biggest mistakes is not making sure the excursion you book via third party has a return to ship guarantee. Amen. Yeah, like bringing some of y'all late, all y'all drunk folks back. That third party was me. I'm just kidding. Remember, don't get left behind to save a dime. Ain't that is so true. DT Cruiser, I noticed you got a new little spot up right there. I like that. Looks good. I like that. I call it like icon. I don't know what that's really technically called. Foodies Vacations, thanks for being in here. Good morning to you, Vicky. Let's see. Huddle Adventures will be on the Festival 6-day cruise. Are you talking about the one in the one we're going to be on in May? May the 23rd is the sailing we're on. Will be on there all month. Will be. The only thing I guess you're not doing, Will, is you're not bringing it over from Europe or Barcelona, wherever it's coming in from, or France, wherever they have it right now. I'm just wondering. I know there's another Will that is bringing it Together We Travel. No. Yeah, Together We Travel. Let's see. I know he'll be bringing it over on that 15-day cruise. PK Adventure Travels. Thanks for popping in here with us this morning. Appreciate that very, very much. Let's see. Yes, that's what. Okay, that's what I just thought. He'll be there the whole month of May. He said on the first 3 sailings. Golly. Well, Marsha finally got to see the pricing on the 4-day because she was pushing me. Let's do the 4-day. Let's do the 4-day. And then we'll do the 6-day also. So after we did this live and everything, and I got to looking at prices and stuff like that, I have no deals that cover that 4-day. Nothing that great. I mean, the best one I have, it puts it in the interior. Even if I let them pick the room, letting Carnival pick it, it was like $852 per person for an interior. I mean, yeah, that's almost average for Royal Caribbean anyway. It really is. Let's see, Lyle Jones. Good morning from Great Lakes. 62 degrees, heading to 75. Yeah, they say we got some good weather coming in today. Go Wilson Travel. Good morning. Hope y'all are doing well. Thanks for stopping by here. And the Naughty Cruiser says life goes on. Been working 7 days a week. Now I understood that under a new company. I knew this much. Been doing that since March. Been a little slam with that. I have an Alaskan group cruise next month. Okay. And went on the NCL Jewel out of Philly. Okay, if you release anything of that, please, if you have, please put that in here. I haven't seen the first video of anything out of Philly. That would be interesting. I'd like to see it because let's see. I'm trying to think. What are you going down? What river are you going down? It's not the. I guess you dump out into the Chesapeake, don't you? Am I right? If you go out of Philly, no, I'm probably wrong on that. I guess you're going to dump out somewhere up, Delaware, Maryland area, somewhere like that in April. Other than that, it's been a busy life. Yeah, I know. I knew it's what I'd heard that it been stepped it up a lot more. And there for a couple months there, you wasn't doing a thing, and then all of a sudden, and he's working like crazy there, cruising on comps. I'm going to be on the festival as well, officially booked this weekend. So there's another folks going to be there. That's cool. Very cool. I bet he got a casino deal like us. Yeah, the casino deals were really good for there. Drinks everywhere. At least ours is. Yeah, that 4 day is a cha-ching. It was. Yeah, I was looking at that. Definitely was looking to do that one right there. Dave Whiting said they booked the 4 and the 6 day when they first came out, and yeah, that's before the prices went up out the roof. Yeah, but that's a great thing. Get to be on the inaugural. I love those. Let's see. I probably did not say this, but I'm going to go ahead and throw it up here. Good morning there, traveling with Josie Ann. Just want to make sure because I think yeah, right here you were. The first one popped in. Let's see. The Not a Cruisers. I have some stuff dropping next week. Okay. Yeah, Delaware River. Okay. Okay. I had to think about it a little bit. Dave Whiting says, we want to sell from Philly. It's only a 2.5. Lord, that's in your backyard. Yeah, 2.5 hours to drive to. That is very close right there. Will said, unfortunately, I had to pay full price. I know I just didn't have anything that great for them. I booked early also with Island Time. Okay. Well, let's go back to the question here. By the way, guys, today is June the 1st. I usually tell y'all the date and stuff like that. It is June the 1st. It wasn't. Of course, everybody knows it's Monday. But yeah, we're working on a new month, y'all, already. Can y'all believe that? All right. So, question was, what are some cruise shore mistakes? These are when you're doing excursions and everything that you need to avoid. And like I said, y'all are welcome to tell us some of the tips or something like that to avoid in here. I'm gonna go ahead and y'all got 12 votes in here. A lot of folks said ignoring the reviews. 50% of y'all said that's a mistake. A mistake is if you ignore them reviews. Another one, let's see, 25% of y'all said not bringing cash or a credit card. Then we have book the most popular excursion and not booking the excursion to save money. And that's one that you would generally do. You'd book that a little earlier. Let's see. I'll tell you another one. Good one is not bringing your seasickness medication for when you're on a trip. We did a little trip when we were on. Well, I think we were in Aruba. I believe it was in Aruba. And yes, we were in Aruba, and I don't know of anybody that got sick, but there might have been other folks on there. You can bring those C bands, the Motion C patch. They said ginger candy can be something that you can bring. Also, another one that is a mistake is forgetting to bring the essential items that you need for that excursion. Yeah, it could be bringing the right shoes, bringing bathing suit, or bringing a change of clothes, bringing a towel. Some places you have to provide the towel. Um, Getting you an insulated water bottle or a waterproof case for your phone. Those are things that you could do. A small beach bag or a backpack. And if you're going to be getting in the ocean, I highly recommend, and we even order ours sometimes if we can't find it in the store. Reef, take care of that. Take care of that ocean. That sunscreen, especially if you're going to be getting out there and getting in the water. You know, let's see. Not knowing when to skip the cruise line excursion. So, sometimes a cruise line excursions are great. They are often convenience for the peace of mind. That's you're just going to go, but you do your research. You want to see smaller groups, more personalized tours and activities. There's less waiting that way when you're looking. That you're looking one to book, because if you're looking at yeah, like that Megan's Bay one we did. It was one of the most popular ones. There was a ton of folks on it. We actually had two buses, two small. Well, you got up in the back of the truck, but it probably held 20 or 30 people, and they had a lot of folks going. A lot of folks going on that. Also, a mistake folks can do this right here. Don't be late. Don't be late covers a couple of things. Don't be late to go on the excursion, or they'll leave you. They're not going to sit around just because you booked it and wait around for you, making your group wait or anything like that. Because they will leave you. Also, when you're on the excursion, if you book a late evening excursion, you got to know whether of course you book it through the cruise line, most likely they're going to wait on you. But if you book it through a third party, and they say the ship's taking off at 2, and you get back at 1, you might be a little bit of a runner there. Hopefully you ain't. Let's see if I had anything else for you right here. But yeah, planning your shore excursions is a big part of cruising. Not everybody takes will do an excursion. Cruise passengers should plan carefully for days at the cruise port for that day, particularly. You always look ahead. You see the time that you're there. That's a good thing to do. And also, any notifications that you get that things may change. Be prepared for shore excursions to, be canceled. That happened. I think it took 3 times we booked we booked is on Ocean Key with MSC. We booked this where you went out. Once was to go to sail around the island. We were going to do a sunset sail, and because of the winds and everything, that got canceled, and we had been canceled there a couple of times, and every time so far when it's been canceled, it kind of worked out good for us anyway. Yeah. Let's see. I think I told y'all all the mistakes. I'll tell you another thing real quick. Another good one is booking an excursion that is too physically challenging. A lot of folks can do that, and they won't book the right, or they don't take the right shoes or anything like that. There's a lot of these that you walk up and down the rocks or the cobblestone, whatever it might be. You should be prepared for that. I didn't know. I didn't know. I knew before I got there, but when we first went to San Juan, Puerto Rico, I didn't know that area where you're at is kind of hilly in there. But I mean, I knew before I got there. But if I'd have just went, I'd have not known that at all. I mean, of course, you can go out on the deck of the ship and see that it's hilly once you're there. But you definitely want to be prepared. You would. When you're doing your research, some of the things you might want to do is check your tour description for the level of difficulty in that right there. That is one thing, for how strenuous it is. But I'm going to wrap that right there, guys, because I want to read a few things, see what anybody else has said. My buddy's in here, Mike. Let's see, real quick. Casino deal for sure, $500 in the square, interior, drinks everywhere, $200. Heck yeah. And Dave Whiting said, can't wait to see all the news and the videos from Half Moon Cay. Today, let's see, sunrise is the first ship docking at the new pier. Wow. Let's see, Marsha says, on an excursion in Aruba, everybody was having too much fun to get sick. Woof. My sister says, 314 days until the cruise. Are you going to update your calendar that yes, I'm going to update this calendar. I need to put it to where I got a new filter on here and it blurs it a little bit behind me. Let's see. Try some of the free port activities instead of going on excursion. That's a good one right there. Thank you. And good morning, Lee. Thanks for popping in here this morning. Let me mark what Marsha's got. Oh. Make sure you get your information about what it is. Okay. Okay. You're not okay to wear. Oh, yeah, that's a big thing right now. They're warning folks like bathing suits and stuff like that you're not allowed, and especially in a lot of these French islands or stuff like that, they're going to crack down on them. There's a lot of things you cannot wear on there. Evidently, I saw that on the cruise. I think it was Cruise News Today. One of them, I had just seen that. They were talking. No, it wasn't Cruise News Today. It was the other one. Oh my gosh, my mind went blank on that one. On which channel it is, I don't want to say because I'll tell them I've already said one and I already said the wrong thing. But I did say good morning, Lee. Thanks for being in here with us. Yeah, there's not some countries, don't allow certain clothings that we're used to in most ports or wherever going to a beach, whether it be G-string or whatever the men wear, banana hammocks, whatever it is. I don't really know. Yeah, I can't tell you that I know. Goodness. Well, guys, I thank y'all so much for being in here with us. Thank y'all that came back. Thank you, anyone that's watching right now. Be sure and tell us something differently in the chat that you may have, what you experienced in this with our question today. With the mistakes or something, or something that we didn't think of at all. Some like definitely bringing the money, and then I thought that last one right there is booking something that is just way too hard for you to do or anything. If it shows very much walking, it ain't gonna be me. We ain't gonna do much walking, especially up and down some of these places. But I hope to get in shape to be able to do that. All right, guys. I thank every one of y'all for being in here. Thank you so much for stopping by today. I got to make sure I hit the right one of these. I hit the wrong one the other day on the outro. And Marsha's working on us a intro for regular videos. She started on that this weekend. I thank y'all again for joining us. Make sure you run over and tell Chet good morning, rise and shine over there at Sea Leg Journeys, guys. This is CME Traveling. I'm out of here, guys. Talk to y'all tomorrow.
Just do what you want to. Please don't be polite, cause I like your attitude. Let's forget about a curfew, cause all that is stuck in my head.